Well, welcome to my new Total War series, Rome 2. I've done these before, but now we've got the Emperor edition, and of course it's tempting, isn't it, to go straight for Augustus, which is what I'm going to do. I've been playing with this. Anyway, I'll tell you about that in a moment once I get started. You can see here different factions. I'll show you up at the top here. Well, these are actually cultures, and down at the bottom you can see the different factions within those cultures. So I've got the choice of, remember Rome's divided at the moment, Lepidus's Rome, Antony's Rome, and Pompey's Rome, and of course we've got Octavian's Rome as well. You can read all about this up here if you're interested, claiming the line of descent back to Hercules. Romans are not lacking in pride, etc., etc. And now, surrounded by rivals and potential enemies, Rome faces challenges at every turn. He who rules in Rome can rule the world, but only through the glory of conquest. So this is the one that I'm most interested in. I don't know if it tells you any more than that there. I don't think it does it? But this is Julius Caesar's son, basically, so I'm sure it'll tell us a little more about it than that. I'm going to go for hard. Haven't played this for a long time, 8-9 months. Well, apart from just a bit of a practice I've had over the last week or so. For reasons I'll go into in a moment. So let's start it off, then you can hear what it's all about. You can see what the basic problems are here. You could see, oh, here we go, after Caesar's spectacular and bloody murder on the floor of the Senate House, etc. So you can read all of that for yourself as well if you're interested. But basically Rome is divided now because Caesar is killed, Caesar being king, really, Kaiser, and his son should inherit. Should he, though? Made himself king, created the role. So now there's a debate, and it's broken down into the generals, much like in my own period of interest, which is the English Civil War. Of course, you kill the king, and whilst you've got a strong ruler in charge, which Oliver Cromwell was there as the dictator at the time, ruling with military might, with generals throughout the country. Once he died, of course, the inheritance passed to his son, which nobody was accepting, or nobody was going to accept, and that of course meant that the armies were going to fight amongst themselves. Obviously in the 17th century the scholars had read their history, so they knew what could happen. Of course General Monk stepped in and made sure that the same crisis that happened to the Roman Empire wasn't going to happen to ours, and of course we invited the monarchy back again, so that we don't, every time the ruler dies, end up fighting as to who's going to next be in control. There's probably some contentious things that I've said in there, but I think you get the general picture. That's what's happened here in Rome. And the generals of the different parts of the empire, I mean specifically Pompey in the east, and you've got Julius Caesar's son, which is Octavian, in the north and the northwest, sort of Gaul, and then you've of course got Antony, Antony and Cleopatra. That's Mark Antony, who's down in the south, with the sort of Egyptian support and all that, the alliances he's made there. So we talked about Lepidus as well. Lepidopterus, I've forgotten his full name now. I think he had the sort of Spanish areas. I'm not too sure, the Iberian areas, but anyway, it's all divided up, and this is all about now who is eventually going to control Rome. So I don't know, the motive really behind, or rather the objectives, I should say, of Octavian. This is Augustus, the new emperor campaign that came out, a week or two ago. Is all about, sort of who will control or finally control Rome. So, right, we're almost in there. I'll let it tell you the story.
But I've done all I can to protect you.
The gods smile on you, Octavian. You're a good soldier.
I'm a politician.
We don't need more politicians. It's not more speeches in the Senate that will change the world. Rome is dying.
Why do you think Caesar favored you so?
I was loyal.
No, Octavian. He saw in you the potential to continue his legacy. Not to follow him, but to exceed him.
Antony cannot be trusted. His heart lies in Egypt. We must confront the reality that civil war is inevitable.
And how will bloodshed save the people of Rome?
You are not meant to save them. You are meant to lead them.
All men are troubled when their moment has come.
I am not Caesar. I don't have his strength.
The people loved him. and they will love you.
You can't think like an ordinary man. You must reach beyond mortal ambition and do what has never been done.
To survive, my son, Rome must have a master.
Well, while that screen is thinking about it, there it is. There are a few points I'd like to make about all this. You can read all about Octavian up there as well. I'll leave that on for a second while I'm talking. One is, why did I stop playing Total War games? Not play any for the last few months. Well, you probably know about that in that I like the pike and shot period. I certainly like the musket period. I like going bang. I like the artillery going off. I like the musketry fire. I like that kind of thing. And of course, because of that, I'm not particularly enthralled by the ancient period. I really like the early modern period, rather differently as well than the modern period. I'm not so keen on green-coated troops sort of hiding in trenches either. I like the flags flying and the drums beating as well. So that's one of the reasons why I've dropped off. One possible game for me has been a new one that's come up, Pike and Shot, which is very much like a war game on your computer, so it doesn't have the stunning graphics that this has got. I found out recently, only very recently, that Attila is the new game that's going to be coming out in early 2015. I can imagine it being based very strongly on Rome Total War 2, so I thought, well, in preparation for that, I'll play some of this. But I wanted to play something slightly differently than the way that I've done it before. So my objectives are going to be different from the way I have played these games before. Also, I think there's going to be some dull moments in this because there aren't going to be a lot of battles the way I decided to play this campaign. So I am going to rush forward in time a bit and not do every single turn. It's easy enough to show you what I've achieved over that period of time. So I'll not be going through every single turn this time. Normally I show every detail so you can copy exactly what I've done, but I think you should be able to copy it just from what I'm going to tell you here now. Okay, so bit of interest in that. My objectives are to control 10 provinces, direct ownership, etc. The reward is into my treasury plus 2,500. I suspect I can make more than that in a different way, but we'll go into that in a moment. So okay, so I accept those terms and conditions, and what I'd like to do is, if you look down here, I'd like to do a quite different campaign, as I said before, from what I would normally do. So if I look at ultimate objectives rather than short-term objectives, and then I look at a cultural victory, this is the one really that I'm going to be going for. 29 provinces. I need to be able to take these areas here, which I can show you. This area up here is Norrie. I thought it was owned by somebody else, but okay, Norrie. Achaia. I thought he was by the other Roman generals, but I might be wrong. That one is Antony's Rome. Yeah, so Antony is the dreaded enemy of Octavian, of course. The main player in all of this, or the main second player, and then Lepidus as well. Yes, I was right. Lepidus is indeed in the Spanish area. Sorry about that. I've got phones ringing all over the damn place here now, but never mind. I think we'll ignore that because I've spent enough time, around about 9 minutes already, building this up. So I don't want to be starting again. So hold at least one settlement in 29 provinces in which your culture is dominant. Yeah, so we need to build up culture. Construct the following buildings: Cloaca Maxima. Construct the following buildings: Colosseum. Research 30 of all technologies. So basically I need to get technologies working quickly so that I can get these buildings that I need. That's what it's all going to be about. I'm building up cultural buildings as well. But I've set myself other objectives. You know how you can get what are they called? Achievements, I think. I've got lots of those from just playing it before. I think there are about 100 achievements. I think I've got about 35 of them. Well, I'm going to go for something slightly different this time. One that I'd love to achieve, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in this campaign because of the way I've decided to go about it, is Gore Drenched. In order to get Gore Drenched, you need to kill 1 million people. 1 million men. Now, that's a tall order, isn't it? If you think about it, there's about 120 in each unit, 1,200 in 10 units, 2,000, something, call it 2,000. If you were to destroy or kill half an army, then it's about 1,000, call it. Well, if you're going to kill 1,000,000, you've got to win 1,000 battles. So it's a tall order, and I don't think there's much chance in me being able to achieve that. What I'm actually going to go for in a more realistic target is the Great Library, which is I need to research all technologies, so I need to be really quick on technologies. Veterans, which is I need to attain maximum rank unit, so I need to move through all the abilities as quickly as possible. I need Spy Master, which is, these are all the achievements, so I need to attain the maximum rank as a spy. Legendary Commander, maximum rank as a general. Noble Master, maximum rank as a dignitary. Champion of the Gods, maximum rank as a champion. Roma Invicta, complete the Roman campaign, which I haven't done yet because I haven't played as Rome before, and to control 10 provinces as well. So I mean that's just part of this game. That's what I need to do in order to get through my first stage of this. Or rather to is it down there? 30% of all technologies. I thought it was on there. Completely control the following 6 provinces, either by direct ownership through client states. 29 provinces. No. I don't know why I put down 10 provinces. Maybe that's one of the early objectives. But the main thing is that I want to try and get through those special achievements if I can. And in order to do that, I want to be avoiding war, really, while I spend my money on building such things up. Okay, so that said, let's come out of there for a moment. And what I'm going to do is choose for my technology, looking here at technologies, I'm going to go for, where is it? Over here, philosophy. And over here you could see natural philosophy. I'll tell you why I'm doing this in a moment. Scholarship, philosophers, astronomy, and natural philosophy. If you look to the left there, you see library. And you look over here, you see archives, and then you'll see, well, no, you don't actually get a building out of that one, but this one, Scriptorium. What I can tell you, because I've got it written down on a piece of paper here, because I've been looking through my encyclopedia, is that the library will cost me 1,300 and give me 6%, 6% of research rate. It gives me a -1 food, but I get it from the scholarship. Once I've got philosophers, I can then get archives, which gives me 12% research rate improvement. And of course Scriptorium, which gives me then 24% increase in the rate of research as well. So it's worth me doing that. Of course, once I've got these, I then have to get the buildings. And of course it then means that I can get cheaper everything else. So what I then need to do is go for possibly the buildings, which is aqueduct, viaduct. I think I'll probably go for those next. You'll notice that I've already got quite a few of the military ones. They're givens when you become Rome. I haven't got those, but these will all come down. They really will, quite significantly, once I've got the extra 24% research rate. Not only that, but when you choose to go down a certain path, as I remember, you're offered something like a 10% increase. If you wanted to go for go down the war path, if you like, then you get 10% extra value on your research or whatever for those. Other than that, if you go for the way I'm going, economy-wise, then you get an extra 10% that way. So my 100 at the moment, which shows there, oh, it's 110 anyway. I thought you got an increase to that. But okay, 110% research rate on there. Philosophy, is it the same for there? Come on, where are you? 100 and... where is it? There you go, 110%. So I'm hoping to make that 110% into, eventually, 134%. That's what I'm expecting to be. So it's 1 1/3, so it's a third quicker. I don't know how you quite work that one out, really, in terms of the speed, but I think the best way is if something takes 6 turns, it should take 5. Because 34% is roughly a third, isn't it? 33.3. So every 3 turns, if you've got 134, you'll be getting an extra research number, won't you? So anything that's 4, I would expect will become 3. because it takes 3 turns to get it at 100%, and then of course the third extra that you're getting you should be able to get, so that should come down to a 3. So all the things should reduce gradually, and that would mean anything else is one heck of a lot quicker to get. Okay, so that's the general plan. I've already chosen which way I'm going to go. I'm going over this way. Did I actually choose those? Yes, I did. Next thing that I want to do is not recruit any soldiers at all, unless there's going to be some kind of rebellion. I won't bring you back into the game now, unless, of course, there's a war declared on me. I'm not going to bother with petty rebellions and these, because I can quell those by building up food, by reducing tax rates, etc. So that's going to be my general plan. Other than that, nothing is going to move until I've got all that done. What I am going to do, though, is I will form alliances with anybody that I can, not military alliances, because I don't want to get dragged into their wars. I can't imagine Antony's Rome being very happy with me, but to give you an example of what I intend to do is I certainly want trade agreements with people. Oh, hi as well. I might even get some money out of them as well. Let's see if I can get some money. So, demand a payment. Will they give me 1,000? Let's have a look. Hi. Oh, they might even give me more than 1,000. Let's see if I can get more than that then. Payment, offer, payment, demand payments, demand payment. Will they give me 1,500 maybe? Moderate. Should we go for it? Accepted. Great. So I've instantly made 1,500. I'm going to work through that as well, get as many as I possibly can in that way. And then the other thing that I need to do, of course, is to look at what I've got in various places. I want a library, of course. It's essential for me to have that library. Obviously I need to build up these places as well. Let's see what I can do. Where am I? Looking at the things that I need to press in order to move through. I'm looking at the one that might give me a library already. I can't see one. Anywhere where I've got a library. Ah, what's that one? Okay, that one's a public forum, which can become a library. I can't get it at the moment, of course, because I haven't researched it. So, okay, let's put the telephone back on its receiver, because it's bleeping at me all the time to tell me that it's run out of juice. So, okay, that's the general plan. Build up the money, build up the resources, get all the different types of I don't know, buildings that I possibly can, because I want to get as far up there as I possibly can as well. Raise a spy, raise a dignitary, get them to do very, very low level things, hopefully against rebels, so I can build them up as well. So that's the general plan. Okay, as soon as there's a battle, I'll bring you in. What should I say? Because it's going to go bleep straight away, and we're going to end up with the next stage, aren't we? So I don't know how many years I'm going to go ahead. So let's say Kazam. Well, here we are, back again. Scriptorium. It's been a long, long time. Look at that, 33 BC now, would you believe it? Goodness me. I had some problems, mainly with food. We're down to 17, we went to naught, so I had to untax some places to settle them. Had a bit of a rebellion up in Gallia, or Gallia, whatever you call it, which wasn't too difficult to suppress, but they did grow very, very quickly, the rebels. I use these guys here. I think they're probably fully replenished now. Yes, they are. So they gained a little bit of experience. I raised a spy and raised a dignitary as well, and got them to fiddle about with the rebels a couple of times, you know, to build up some points. This place was unhappy as well, so I put some troops in there as well, raised some troops in there. Other than that, it's all really been, as I promised, about technologies. So if we look at the technologies here now, you can see that I've got all the philosophy ones up to where I wanted, so that I could get the Scriptorium. Now you can imagine how long that's taken. This took about 10 turns, this took about 7 or something, that was 4 and then 2 and whatever, you know, so we're talking about 15, 20 turns or something ridiculous to get that far. In addition to that, I'm working on these here, so you can see I've got this one as well, iron tools. You can see, looking to the left, the reasons why I've got that, because I can get agricultural buildings. Look over here, wealth from agricultural buildings, and then over here I can get grain silos and irrigation ditches. Because I can get grain silos and irrigation ditches, I can now get, if you look, if I just scroll through these, you can see some of the buildings I'm getting. Over here I've got I'm not sure I needed it for that, but I certainly needed it for this here, irrigation ditches. I don't think it tells you on there what technology I needed in order to get that one, but you will see in quite a few places that I'm getting these you know, I got farms and various other things that I could as soon as I could. I think the first technology allowed me to get farms. I'm not too sure now. I've started to get some military technologies as well. Not technologies, rather military buildings. The main reason for that is that I wanted to be able to resist any attacks on my empire. And if you look down here, this is the weakest one. You can see that I get one veteran legionary. Or legionnaires, it says there. I get vigils, and I get all vigiles or whatever, I don't know, plebs and levies or levies or something, I don't know. Not very good, is it? Which means that really what I need to do is improve my population in this place. This is my most vulnerable place. There are others that are not good, but this is very definitely the worst. Really I need to take Nemercatum, which is held by the Belgae, and the Belgae have been, I'm pretty sure they still are, a trading partner, and of course money's important to me. Look at the amount of money I've got now, 119,000 I have there in the bank. So I've been a bit canny about charging anybody that wants to, if they want a non-aggression pact, I'll agree to it. Other than that, I'm not agreeing to any kind of alliances whatsoever. So what I need now is to build up these kind of things. Now I thought that I'd get something good from this, but all it gives me is one veteran legionaries and vigiles, etc. It's really good for horses, level 3 horses, as you can see, but my place isn't big enough yet. I probably need to take this place in order to do that. So I've had to sort of raise the well, any troops that I can get in this area, which are just these simple vigils or vigilers, which are not that brilliant. Looking at the units I can recruit, that's all I can get in here. So basically what I'm saying is I've been trying to work out buildings, garrison type buildings, where I can get some decent troops. The rebellion was there, that's why I had to bring my troops from elsewhere. Looking down here, you can see that I can get some better troops in here. Oh, it doesn't show me actually which troops I can get in there, but it will do if I just hover over here. You can see veteran legionaries. You can see that my garrison is better in... No, it's not actually better in there. What am I talking about? Is it this one that I'm getting? Field of Mars gives me 2 legionaries, that's right. So it does improve my garrison. Again, that's a borderland area, so I do need to be a bit careful about that. But it should tell me which ones I can recruit. I thought it did. Provides garrison, unlocks recruitments, that's right, of legionnaires and velites. So I should then be able to, that's right, velites, that's what they are, not velites or whatever I was saying before. So I should be able to then move some legionaries over to here as well. So was legionaries? Is that right? Yeah, legionaries, that's right. Now really, what I'd like to do is build up my population in here so that I can then get another, you know, garrison or whatever it is. And looking down here, you can see that if I just, that's right, current growth rate is 13. Accumulated growth is 23. So next turn I'll have 39. I need 46 for a population surplus. When I get that population surplus, then I can get the garrison in there that I need. So we're pretty close to it. The same thing here. My population surplus is currently, well, it's required to be 42. I'm currently on 17 and I'm growing at 10, so that's going to be 27, 37, 47. That's going to be 3 turns at this rate before that's going to be able to do anything at all useful. Looking over here, you could see that I am now taxing them. At one point I had to not tax them. I told you about the bread problem that I had before, and also I had a rebellion in here, and that rebellion grew quite a lot before I could get troops out to that area there. So because I had to raise my troops as close as I could from somewhere that was going to be useful to me. So you can see we're doing pretty well, even in this one that's on a minus at the moment. It's changing per turn on a plus 14. So we're doing pretty good all the way around the Empire at the moment. Of course, that's a full place, and we can recruit some pretty decent troops in there. These are the ones that I brought to suppress the rebellion over there, the ones that I was showing you before. In here I can recruit. Why isn't it showing me what I can recruit? Army view is there. I'm not sure. Oh, because I'm not in the town, that's why. Let's show what it can actually recruit in here. Recruit agent. Recruit raise forces. Why aren't I doing this very well? What's going wrong? Him. He should be able to recruit. Details. Why does it show me what he can recruit? I'm obviously doing something wrong there. I recruited there before, so I don't know why I can't recruit again. Something weird's happened. Have I lost my general or something, or what? He's a general. I don't quite know what's happened there. Why I can't recruit in this area. Recruit agent. Raise forces. I don't know why, but for some reason he can't recruit any troops. Let's find someone who can. Here we go. Look. So he can recruit units. Why the other one can't is beyond me. So something strange has happened. Yeah, occasionally I'll get messages that someone has died. So I can only wonder if the general's dead. Because I can't recruit. So I don't quite know what's happened there. Details. General details. Commander. Authority. I don't know what's gone wrong there. There's something a bit odd about that I just don't understand. Come on. Oh, let's get rid of it this way. Okay.
It is an honor to serve Rome.
He's not a general as well. Legionary cavalry. Right. Gnaeus Calvinus, general. Right click for further information. Well, let's right click then. I think this is just general information, really. I mean, it said general, but I meant general about him. I think this is just general about generals themselves, really. But I don't quite know why it won't let me recruit. Come on. Faction availability, upkeep costs, recruitment costs, defence, etc. Good attack. I don't know. Well, that's useless to me, really, isn't it? So I don't know why I can't recruit in that province. Really doesn't make any sense to me. But is it legionnaires? Left click to select, right click. I don't understand that. But anyway, point is that I don't need any more men than that in that area. I'm sure I can recruit a full 20. Can't see any reason why I wouldn't normally be able to recruit a full 20. I suspect he's died or something, and maybe I need to, I don't know, maybe he's a stand-in general or something like that. I really don't know, but or maybe I need to replace him. Anyway, I'll work on that. Point is that the Empire is looking pretty darn good, so I'll show you through the I was going to say the building browser, but that's probably not the best thing. So flick you through all of those so you can see who's who. I think you've probably had a look at all of these before anyway. Right.
Hunger for battle. Ready for orders.
Just having another quick look through now just to see if there's anything else that I've missed on there. No. Doesn't make any sense to me, but anyhow, that's that one. Looking through all the territories, you can see the buildings that I've got in place. You know the technologies, you know which ones I'm going for, and you can see which buildings I'm putting in place. You already know about the Scriptorium, that's the one that's on there. I'm trying to get maximum quality of buildings that I possibly can. I needed to get the ports in there at one stage, you know, because I was really running out of food and I needed to get food in from somewhere, so we needed fish. So, okay, right, so what I'm going to do now is go a little bit further. I've done 28 minutes, which is almost a half-hour video. Half an hour is enough. I'm going to carry on with this, doing the technology like I was before. Continually, I could show you the diplomacy screen as well. Continually trying to get Antony's Rome will not trade with me. You see those green ones in here? That means I'm trading. You can see I'm trading with one heck of a lot of people. Anybody that I possibly can, I will certainly try and trade with. Oh, I wonder if he'll trade with me as well now. I think he's recently stopped trading with me, but I'll just give you an example of what trade is like in here. So, cancel trade. I've already got trade. I thought it showed me as not having trade, that one, but Pompey's Rome, he won't. I've tried that. The other Roman ones just don't want me. He doesn't want me either, you know, the Marco Manni. So, yeah, I can't trade with those. So, okay, other than that, I'm trading with anybody that I possibly can. And of course keeping the peace with anybody that I can as well. Is there anything else I can show you? I think there is perhaps one other thing, and I can show you the finances. Obviously I'm keeping my my expenditure on the army down to an absolute low. I'm almost 10,000 per turn, which is really pleasing. I'm very pleased about Trade, you can see I've got very good trade. Total value of exports 4,268. In other words, half of my income is through trade, which is, I think, what Rome should be. I really do. So quick look through all of those, get an idea how I'm doing. Looking at this, you get the overall summary. Oh, excuse me. Overall summary. Right, okay, well, it's good to be back. This will be a good practice. If Hannibal comes out and I'm still doing this campaign, then I'll but obviously move straight on to was it Hannibal? Hannibal? No, Attila. What am I talking about? Hannibal is one of the extensions of this. I don't like them, by the way. You know, the Caesar in Gaul and things like that. I haven't looked at them, haven't paid for them. Basically, so I'm thinking, well, hang on, you know, how much more are you doing to this? It's what any modder could do, really, isn't it? You know, sort of alter things for Caesar and Gaul and stuff like that. So I thought, it's too samey from what I already know, and is it really worth me doing it? So that's why I decided not to do those things. This is all really about preparing, hopefully anyway, for the next release of Total War, which is going to be Attila, which could be interesting. Okay, anyway, nice to be back. Hope you enjoyed the video, even though it's going to be slightly different than normal. I do suspect war will be fairly imminent, though. I need to build up my better forces. I'm not sure if I showed... Yeah, no, I've shown enough, I think. So, okay, back soon.